Hello everyone and welcome back. In the last video I was in Pattaya for 3 days and we took a bus to Bangkok. It was a pretty smooth 2 hours ride and we arrived at Mochit station, which is at the northern part of the station. So we hailed a taxi at a taxi stand to get us into the heart of Bangkok. So our taxi fare cost about 200 bahts from Mochit station to Pratunam. We arrived at the hotel, which is the 93 hotel in Pratunam. So we had 2 rooms for 4 nights for a total of 12,000 bahts. So each of us only have to pay about 3,000 bahts for 4 nights. So after we check in and leave our bags, we were again starving. I don't know why we have to starve when we arrive at the hotel. That's a weird thing. There was a buffet shabu shabu restaurant just next to our lobby, and I think we were the first customer of the day, or maybe first customer for the evening. He wasn't quite ready for business yet. So with some persuasion in Thai language, I managed to convince the staff to feed us some food. Dinner cost us about 1,196 baht. Right after the dinner, we walked over to the overhead pedestrian bridge in between Platinum Fashion Mall and City Complex. We spent some time on the bridge taking some photos, and it is a quite popular shot in Instagram. As we walk along Platinum Fashion Mall, we stopped by an ice cream stall. There was a promotion as well, which was 100 baht for 2 cones of ice cream. So each of us had 1 cone of ice cream, but it seems like it wasn't a very good idea because the weather is so hot. The ice cream is melting faster than I can finish it. So as we wandered towards Central World, like I said, there's another overhead pedestrian bridge where you can take some of the very nice Bangkok street traffic. We arrived at Central World and there's a Starbucks Reserve. Do you know that the Starbucks Reserve in Central World is the second largest Starbucks in the world? Wow. My friend is pretty excited about it, and we got ourselves each person a cup of coffee. So I got this nitro flat white, which we don't get here in Malaysia. We get only nitro cold brew. If you could imagine yourself drinking Guinness stout on the tap, you know that you get that smooth bubble on top, bubbles dissolving at the bottom. Yeah, that was very good. I love it. It cost us 176. We enjoyed the nice interior of the Starbucks Reserve. Then we head back to our hotel to get some rest. The next day we head over to Platinum Fashion Mall for some brunch and of course aircon. Did I mention that Bangkok was very hot? We head on to the food court and I got myself some very nice curry rice. Do you remember the khao lat gang which I mentioned on the previous video? I did not get my khao lat gang in Pattaya. Every food court in Bangkok will sell khao lat gang. So I got myself some very nice dish for 130 bahts. And we took a grab to this used camera warehouse. It is called Lucky Home Samrong. The owner of the warehouse imports junks from Japan or used goods in Japan. They not only have camera gears but also have furniture, some music stuff. I did not explore the whole warehouse. I was only interested in the camera gears. So the last time I was there, I got myself some very nice Takuma. This is 60s, 70s, 50mm Takuma, which is still in good condition. Look at this. This is a Canon FD 135mm f3.5. Anyway, I will do a video on Lucky Home Samrong in the future. So we spent about half a day in the scorching hot warehouse like an oven. So we head on to the nearby shopping mall to have lunch. because there's air conditioning inside the mall. So I had a very satisfying som tam and lat mu, both for 160 baht, which is a little bit on the higher side from what I used to get. Of course, we are paying extra for the air conditioning. After lunch, to avoid the traffic, we took the SkyTrain, the BTS, back to Central World for 59 baht. So we walk around and then we head to Starbucks Reserve again for a cup of nitro latte this time. Wow. As we were staying in Pratunam area, there's a lot of random booths and shops where they offer tours to railway market, to floating market and other places. So we booked ourselves a tour package to floating market and the Mekong railway market for 800 baht. The next morning we had a quick breakfast in our hotel. Then the driver picked us up in a Toyota Fortuner. Oh. I was pretty surprised that these private companies fetch us around in a Toyota Fortuner. The cost of diesel is quite high compared to Malaysia. So anyway, the journey took about 1.5 hours from our hotel to Dam Nuan Saduat floating market, but not really. The driver will drop you off at a parking lot and it looks like you are required to take the boat, a speedboat, to enter the market. Actually, no, you don't have to, because to get onto the boat, we were asked to pay for 4,000 baht. The floating market is not in an island. It's not an island. You can get there by land. You don't have to get slaughtered for 4,000 baht. For what? For what? It is very obvious it's a tourist trap. So anyway, on the way to the floating market, there will be shops on the side, on the left hand side actually, to where they set up shops and stalls to sell you souvenirs, to sell you food, drinks, beers, and all that tourist trap stuff. And of course, thanks to my Pasa Thai ability, I was able to convince that young guy to just cut the crap, basically. So after we arrived at the floating market, they sell foods on the boat like fried quail eggs, coconut ice cream, lots of stuff. If you don't speak Thai, they'll probably just keep you in the boat and cruise slowly back to your starting point. But no, I said I want to stop by at the market, leave us there and pick us up in about 1 or 2 hours. All is good. Pasa Thai is good. We hang out around the floating market to get more photos, more videos. I make videos. After we're done with photos and videos, we head back to our boat first. Then he sent us back to our car, where our car driver take us to our next destination, which is Mekong railway market. And by this time my camera battery is dead, but of course we have our phone. The best camera is the one that's with you. After we're done with Mekong railway market, which is pretty fun experience, I would say, we head back to Bangkok city and we got ourselves some nice relaxing massage. After we're done with the lovely massage, I head down to the street and look for some street food. So I did not wander far. You know, Pratunam is a haven for street food. I had 2 mu ping, which is pork skewers, some fried chicken, ไก่ทอด, and instant noodle seafood salad. In Pasa Thai is just yam mama thale, and steamed bread with pandan custard. This is northern thing, อร่อยมาก So all these street foods are for myself for a total of 260 baht. The next day we had an early breakfast before we head to Chatuchak weekend market. We took the ARL because again the area of Pratunam is actually not very convenient in terms of public transport. You need to take the ARL to connect to BTS which we did. So we head on to the BTS, the SkyTrain to Mochit, and from Mochit you can enter the Chatuchak weekend market. Chatuchak weekend market is famous for the cheap clothes. Most of them are made in Thailand. So I got myself a Starbucks t-shirt and also a Chang beer t-shirt. That's my favorite, and all of it is only for 420 baht. I also had some light snack, a skewer of a pan-fried bread with condensed milk, and also another plain old garlic and butter bread. Alright, when we are done with the weekend market, then we take the train back to the hotel for a short break, because for dinner we are actually heading to Tawandang, or better known by foreigners as the German brewery. So Tawandang is actually an Isan thing, the northeast thing, where you have a restaurant, then you have a stage up front where you have performers, your singers, your dancers doing their performance in front, while you can relax and enjoy with your beer or food. So this is my first time in Tawandang Yaraman, the German brewery. We took a Grab because it is outside of the main city. We ordered some pork knuckles, of course. When you are in German restaurant, you order pork knuckles, spicy mushroom soup, kang head, which is my personal favorite dish, the salt grilled fish, a tower of German beer. The brewery tank thing was just right beside us. Confirm fresh. I like Tawandang so much, but it's not the real deal compared to Tawandang back in Isan. The German brewery here is like an upper market restaurant, but in Isan is actually a cheap and fun place to hang out. So our total bill came out to 2,000 bahts, and we took a Grab back to the hotel and then call it a day because we were dead tired. On the 5th and last day in Bangkok, after we had our breakfast at the same shop for the 4th time, we head to Platinum Mall again to have some last minute shopping. Well, I did not get mine because I already had some clothes from Chatuchak market. So after checking out, we got ourselves a Grab to the airport for 417 bahts. We also had Burger King for lunch, which I think is not a great idea because the total bill came out to 1,200 bahts. So after we're done with the expensive Burger King, we head on to the waiting hall and at our last nitro coffee in Thailand. So this marks the end of our beautiful journey in the land of mountains. We definitely missed out some of the popular spots like the Grand Palace, Wat Arun, and there's just so many stuff that we did not pack this in. If you would like to see this kind of video, let me know so that I can make them for you. Anyway, I have some videos coming up. Please stay tuned, stay subscribed if you like my stuff, and don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you and see you next week.